Hello, hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome in. It's another beautiful Thursday today. And y'all, time has passed by so quickly. Hi, y'all. Hi, John. Hi, Debbie. Hey, Lena. Hello. The screen is so much closer to me, y'all. Now I can read everything. Hi, Tina. Hi, Mike. One of these days, we'll see Mike besides the pot. We always see that cute kid, but maybe Mike will no longer be a man of mystery and introduce himself to us, and we'll see him. Y'all, today is gonna be a beautiful day. We're making one of my favorite things. It's just beautiful. It has like a richness to it, and we're using a lot of our pantry items. I know I have carrots just sitting back there lonely, waiting to be used, and I will actually be able to use them today. And guess who we have here in the kitchen?
It's me, Chef Meg. I really relate to like the lonely carrot like rolling around at the bottom of the produce drawer.
Yeah. Like I ignore the carrot every time. I have a bunch of potatoes. Whenever I have an emergency or I'm just like so tired I don't want to cook, I just throw in a baked potato real quick. And my carrots are just staring at me like, again? Lady, you're going to ignore me again? I'm about to die here. And I'm like, I'll get to you one day, carrots.
The thing about the carrot is like even if you use the carrot, there's somehow like still always a carrot there.
Yeah.
You know
There's
what I mean?
always a carrot. There's
Yeah.
too many carrots. I think they need to make like a 4-pack of carrots. I never use a 6 to 8-pack of carrots ever. Maybe one day. I don't know when that day will be. Maybe today. I think today is a good day, y'all, because we're doing one of the coolest recipes, I think. It's a good balance of something that's like nice and rich and you feel full with it, but it's also super flavorful. And we're using an air fryer. And I know during the pandemic, we all bought an air fryer. Okay, maybe I'm one of the ones that didn't because I was very against it. I was like, we have a convection oven. We're not buying an air fryer. But all of my cousins and friends have an air fryer. So now is the time for you to use the air fryer again past pandemic. We're doing a pork katsu, air fryer pork katsu. So it's like nice and crispy. You don't have a lot of the grease. And then not only that, it's a curry. And it's a sweet curry. I love a sweet curry. What about you, Chef Meg?
Yeah, I love it. I love a sweet and salty. I feel like a lot of the dishes that I really like you kind of don't realize how sweet they are. I think like sweetness has a big part in savory cooking.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And with curries, it's just like you want a little sweetness, but sometimes you don't want to add that granulated sugar, that artificial kind of flavor to it. So the best way you could do it is using nature's sugar, right? And especially if it's joyfully grown, right? Am I right? So today we're going to start on all this goodness. The best thing about curries is like it's simply a stew, y'all. It's a nice thickened stew. Some people like it a little thinner. I like my stews extra thick. I like my curries extra thick. What about you, Chef Meg?
I feel like especially with the katsu, like I like when it gets kind of coated with the curry. I'm into that.
I love that. Y'all, I am dicing some onions here. We're gonna get it nice and fragrant too. Because why not? And you can use really any onion, white onion, yellow onion. I like a good sweet onion too. To me, there's a difference. I don't know about you, Chef Meg, but I like a yellow onion or like a sweet onion. Those are my usual favorites.
Same. But yeah, like you said, this is a good recipe. Like any, now that we're getting back into the fall, stews and soups, like it's such a good way to use up whatever you have, like whatever type of onion, whatever lonely carrot or like piece of celery.
That's exactly it. And the best thing about curries is, like Chef Meg said, you can literally use anything you have. Any starch, any root veggie that's just waiting to be used. This is the time to throw it in. We have carrots today and potatoes and we have apples, but you don't have to always use the carrots. You can use whatever you got. If you got squash, throw in the squash.
Ooh, yum.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like a sweet potato.
Sweet potatoes, throw that in too. If you have like some leftover potatoes, these are from like a previous recipe, right? Sometimes I'll make like a crab boil and I have a crap ton of potatoes left over. Just use these potatoes.
Ooh.
A
crab boil without me?
Oh, I love a crab boil, honey. I love a crab boil, but it has to be seasoned. I don't know if y'all are on the internet constantly like me, but I've seen some crab boils that don't have color in them, and they need color. Okay? You cannot just boil the crabs and that's enough. We need seasoning.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm sure Debbie knows what I mean because she's from Texas, and the boils out there are amazing. So, yeah, she's nodding. She's like, yep. Like, don't invite me to a crab boil that you just boiled the crab. The butter is not seasoning. Like,
Right.
it needs to be Cajun or maybe like Houston style. There are a lot of good crab boils out there. But today, y'all, we have this onion here, and we're about to saute till fragrant. And we have some potatoes, and we have some delicious Fuji apples. That's our sweetener. That's what's going to make our nice, fragrant curry, that little sweetness that you get, that little pucker, and it gives it that nice texture. It kind of makes it a little thicker, too, with the apple.
Yeah, as they kind of like disintegrate into the curry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for this one. Like, I've gotten really into the fruit and the savory cooking. Like, we did the cherry short rib with joyfully grown as well, and that was like, ooh, it was too good.
That's probably one of my favorite recipes. I've actually made that one this past weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I really did. I was like, I have extra cherries in my fridge. Like, why not?
Yeah.
I'm not going to use it for anything. I might as well. So we got our diced onions here, y'all. We're about to throw them in. Get them sauteed real good. Get them a little nice and golden brown before we add everything else in.
You know how realtors will make cookies or like, you know, to make the house smell warm and inviting? Like,
Yes.
has anyone ever like just sauteed some onions and garlic before?
Yeah.
Is
Oh,
that a
that'd
thing?
be so smart, y'all. Whoever's a realtor out there, maybe one of y'all are a realtor, maybe you need to change it up and just make some curry in the house.
Yeah.
Maybe just
Ooh.
saute onions and garlic in the house. There's like nothing else
Yeah,
but
no,
like
just-
a pot of onions and garlic, and it's like, yeah, I got you in here.
But it's that thing, like if anyone's ever lived with roommates,
Yeah.
they always walk in the kitchen, they're like, oh my God, what are you cooking? And it's always just onions and garlic.
Mm-hmm. That's why I never trust a recipe that says like 2 things of garlic, like 2 cloves of garlic. Like what are you doing with the rest of the cloves? You need to use the whole head of garlic. You know what I mean? That's what I prefer. We are slicing some carrots, y'all. I like to slice them a little bit oblique like this because it just cooks the carrot a little better and it looks nice. You know, you already have these potatoes cut in half like this. Why not just slice your carrot like that? And try to get it as evenly as possible. The carrots also add a little sweetness to it. And it has like a good amount of fiber too. That's what I love about carrots. And
Yeah, this recipe is really rich and like delicious, but has like there's so many different sources of like vitamins and fiber and like the curry, like the turmeric is all like it's quite healthy, quite nutritious.
It is very nutritious. And the thing I love about carrots is like I like rainbow carrots too. They're just so diverse. Wherever you get your carrots from the grocery store, there's so many varieties. And don't ever throw out the carrot tops. You can use it for so many things. You can use it as a topping for our curry today.
Oh yeah.
You can use it for pesto.
Oh yeah.
There's so many things you can do with carrots. Y'all, do you guys like Fuji carrots? I'm really excited about using the Fujis.
Apples?
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
did I say carrots?
Yeah, Fuji carrot.
I have carrots on the brain, y'all.
I would love to know-
Oh my goodness, I have carrots on the brain.
Yeah, I love a Fuji. I love a crunchy apple. That's my apple of choice.
Nice. Yeah, I do love a Fuji. They're a little sweeter, and you can really hear the crunch. Ooh, you can already smell the onions in the studio,
That's what I'm talking about.
right?
Yeah.
Like, that will lead me. That will trap me, honestly. If anyone had, like, a little trapper, like, you know, in Looney Tunes when they're trying to trap someone and
Oh.
they have, like, the box, but they have, like, a snack underneath the box and they're
Right.
trying to trap you. Just anything onions and garlic. I will follow the trail. And I will forever be trapped because of that. I'll
Yeah.
be lured in by that.
Yeah.
It's not cookies. It's not ice cream.
Like a roasted garlic.
It's the garlic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The garlic will get me every time. Y'all, I was thinking, or Meg was thinking, that we should try these Fujis so you guys can hear the crunch and get a little ASMR. What do you think?
Yeah, a little description.
A little crunch crunch. We can do a real-time description of these Fuji apples. I know y'all are probably like, we've had Fuji apples, but you haven't had these joyfully grown Fuji apples. That's the difference here. Meg, here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Y'all heard that? No. No, some people say yes, some people say no. I don't know if you guys like the ASMR videos. I love them. You know, the YouTube sound, like if you YouTube ASMR, if you guys haven't heard of it, it's just like these sounds that are supposed to soothe you. It could be like cutting veggies. It could be like sand. It could be like slime. And like people think it's very soothing.
I mean, like the sound of the onions.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like home. I already hear my mom being like, where did you guys put this in the fridge? Why is the fridge so full? While the onions are just like sizzling in the background. Oh, yeah.
That was tasty. It tastes like honey. Like
Yeah.
it's very like kind of floral and sweet.
Yeah, Fuji's almost give a hint, I would say, of jasmine. Is that weird to say?
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, they're floral.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice.
Mm-hmm. They got a little brightness to them, too. Get a little citrus in it. Y'all, that was a good Fuji apple. A lot of the apples I get are like so bruised up. And these, although they look really speckled, they're actually a nice crunch to them. And they're pretty hearty. I like a good hearty apple. And apples are so versatile. You know what I mean? Like, you can make cider with them. You could just, if you have extra, make an applesauce. And now you can use it in a curry.
Yeah, I'm definitely one of those people who gets overexcited and like buys a whole bag, even though I'm the only one in my house who eats apples. So it's like you have to have other ways.
Yeah, you definitely do. I love to go to the farm. This is like, it's fall already, y'all. Can you believe it? September has gone by, is like here already.
Are you mentally prepared?
No, I'm not.
Oh.
I'm like in the back of my mind, I'm thinking of a costume for Halloween.
I was just going to say.
You know?
Yeah.
But am I ready for September to already be over and then October and then November and December to come by? No. I'm scared, y'all. I swear it was just like August 5 seconds ago. It is, I know, but it's like so fast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I swear I just like woke up and it was August 1st. And now it's September.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. Time has gone by so quickly and I'm just not ready. There's our carrots. Oh my goodness. Look at that color. I'm so excited, y'all. We're going to get those carrots in. Let's put in our potatoes. We had some cute baby potatoes, y'all, but you guys can use russet, Yukon.
Yeah, just like chop them fairly small so they cook.
Mm-hmm.
We're only cooking them for about, 20 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
About? So.
Yeah. You just want to make sure the most important thing about recipes like these is the veggies got to be cut almost identical as much as you can. Y'all try to make sure it's nice, concise cuts. They're all the same as much as you can. That way, when you cook them, you're not going to get one hard piece of veggie and the other one be super soft. You know, that's the number one thing you got to worry about recipes like these. And there we go. We're about to start on this apple, garlic, and ginger here. I love garlic, y'all. We're just gonna smash them and just do a quick chop of this garlic. Smash. It gets a lot of the oils and the essence of the garlic out there for you, so when you have your curry, it's ready to go. I would say about 5 to 6 pieces of garlic is great. You can use as many as you want. I'm a garlic fiend though, so it's gonna be a lot of garlic. And we're gonna grate some of our apples in a second here as well. That's the best part about that. Are y'all ready for fall? Are y'all still gathering yourselves together because it's back to school? How is the start of fall treating y'all? Let us know in the chat.
I'm clinging to summer.
Huh?
I'm clinging to summer.
You're clinging
with
to summer?
everything within me. Yeah.
I've already made my bed. I'm like, summer's gone. It's okay. There might be some warm days, but it's already here. Fall is here, y'all. Might as well embrace it. Although I have not gone to the beach this summer, so now I got to plan a little ahead so that way I don't miss out on a little bit of the summer, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's the best part of it, being able to get in some water.
I have a question for you, Chef Lisa.
I'm listening.
So, I have someone who doesn't like to smash the garlic with their knife because it just like freaks them out.
Yeah.
What else could you use to smash it?
What else can you what?
Could you use, excuse me, to smash the garlic?
What else you can use to smash the garlic? Sometimes you can even use your hands. You can use a butter knife. You don't have to use a knife if you're like scared of cutting yourself. A butter knife is really good. You can use like a pastry cutter. You can use one of those. You can really use anything.
Yeah, like a bowl. I'm partial to like just grabbing whatever is closer,
Nice.
closest to me,
Yeah.
like a bowl or a cup or something.
A flat lid. Oh, a wooden spoon. Lovely Wes just told us a wooden spoon could help too. That's true. Like nice flat one. Smash it down. It's quite easy. And you don't always have to do it. You can always like throw a bunch of garlic and put it in a blender and just call it a day too. It'll do the same thing. Essentially the same thing. It's only if you're cutting, you have like smaller portions really. All right, y'all, let's start grating this apple. I'm so excited. I've never really grated an apple. Never really crossed my mind. But I guess that's the cool part about these kind of recipes. Just exploring it.
And for people who are like a little wary about using, like, I know a lot of people don't like hot fruit or like stuff like that, but this recipe especially, the apple really dissolves and just kind of acts as a natural sweetener instead of like, you know, because we're grating it, you're not getting big bites of apple.
Yes, exactly. And I honestly think this is much better. Most of the time with curries, you're going to add a little sugar or a little MSG or a little honey, which we're also adding honey, but I like this natural sweetener. You know, it also gives it another level to it. You get a little bit of fiber and you get that floral note. You know, the apples really do give you a little bit more dimension to your curry. And here we are. Nice grated Fuji apple. Gorgeous. All right, let's put it in. And you're not going to taste as much apple. If you're worried about having like the texture of the apple, it'll, like Meg said, melt away into your curry. So you shouldn't worry about that too much.
Apples have pectin in them as well. So it's like a slight thickener, like, you know,
Exactly.
along with our flour and all of that.
So to recap, y'all, we've been sauteing some onions, some carrots, some potatoes, grated some apple. We just added some ginger in there as well, garlic in there. And we got this ginger, and we're gonna put that in as well. You can always shave the ginger with a spoon if you'd like. A lot of people like to do that. I like to just do it with a knife and call it a day. And we're just gonna like mince this really quick and put it in for that extra, like almost like a kick, you know? And look at how gorgeous this is. I just learned about learned about ginger. You know how sometimes ginger has that blue tinge? And I learned that if the center is still white and the outside is blue, then you have Chinese ginger. But when you have the whole thing to be blue, that is Hawaiian ginger.
Oh.
Yeah. So the same like property that makes red cabbage that bright red or the blood orange that deep orange is the same thing that makes ginger blue.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
Isn't that cool?
I learned that, you know, like how sushi, like pickled ginger, can be pink.
Yeah.
Like that's a natural quality. I always thought it was a dye.
Really?
But it's just it must be that same whatever chemical that turns it blue is like because they use young ginger and it releases like the chemical and it turns it all pink.
Nice. I think it's called anthocyanin. Correct me if I'm wrong, you guys. I think it's anthocyanin or something close to that nature. Do not opt out this ginger, y'all. It smells so good, and it's just going to make your curry even better. I like that little spice and little kick, you know? You guys can also blend it if you wish, but I like little slivers of ginger as I eat my curry. It gives it that little bite that you want in your curry. Gorgeous. Ooh, can you smell it, Meg? Mmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
My glasses sure can. They just fogged up. I don't know if you noticed that. My glasses got a good old whiff of that curry. Oh my goodness. All right, now that that's going, we're going to go ahead and put some of our curry, about 2 tablespoons worth. Yellow curry is great. If you can, I'll get Madras. It's a little bit more of a specific curry, but I like it. I feel like it's a little more complex than your general curry, but both do the job. And then 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. And we're just gonna stir it around and make sure those vegetables are nice and coated. Look at that. All these fall colors, these root vegetables. Now is the time to get apples too, because it is the season for apples.
I love a trip to the orchard.
Yes.
Do some apple picking.
Yeah, that's my favorite. I don't like eating a ton of apples, but whenever I do go to the orchard, I eat too many apples.
Yeah.
I get apple crazy.
It's part of the whole deal.
Mm-hmm. It's a nice experience. Do you guys like to go to the orchard during fall? Do you guys like to pick up a bunch of apples and overfill your bucket like me and like drop it along the way? Because that is me. No, you guys should go to the orchard. Now's the time to go to the orchard.
I love that smell at the orchard of like the fermenting apples that have fallen to the ground. Anyone else like that? Is that just me?
That's nice. What a visual. All right, y'all. Now that we have our curry, our potatoes covered in curry and all-purpose flour, we're basically coating it, and we're about to pour some chicken stock in there, about 4 cups, to get it nice and ready. And we're just gonna bring this to a boil if possible and like cook it down. You really want that curry to be nice and thick. There we go. Gorgeous. Y'all, what's your favorite curry? Do you guys like curry with chicken? Do you guys like a plain curry? We're doing katsu today. So you're gonna get a little crunch, a little creaminess, a little stew action. I like a good yellow curry. That's probably my favorite. A lot of people like red curry, green curry. There's so many types. And that's the best part. You gotta explore. See what kind of curries are out there. I know, it sounds wild. But they do have like different profiles and you gotta have it. I like a red curry. It doesn't mean it's spicy. It's just a little different. But if you wanna go classic, yellow curry's the thing. You gotta go for it. You gotta go to your local Thai restaurant. Check it out, your own Japanese restaurant around the corner. See what kind of curries they got. It's curry time. It is.
It is. Yeah, like curry in a movie and going to bed early. Come on.
Curry in a movie for sure. And we're gonna add a little bit of honey as that gets going and some soy sauce as well. A little honey. And a little soy sauce, just for a little extra umami, a little extra savory character to it. And it's already looking nice, y'all. I'm gonna let it heat up. And we are on live, so since we have a limited amount of time and we don't have a bunch, I will add some cornstarch here and make a little slurry real quick. It's not in your recipe, but this is when you're short on time, okay? Little bit of water. And you're just gonna add a little bit. You don't have to add a lot. You just wanna make sure it's nice and thick, y'all. All right. That looks about right. And I wouldn't put the cornstarch just by itself. Make sure you have a separate bowl to put a little cornstarch and water together. That way you don't have big old lumps in your curry, y'all. That's the worst thing. When you get a big old thing of flour as you're eating the curry, the worst thing ever. That's when I made my first curry. I had a big old lump of flour, and I should have thought about it. Choices, you know. You got to figure it out. Sometimes the only way to figure it out is to do it wrong. Look at that, y'all. It looks gorgeous. It's all coming together. All right, as that's getting settled in, we're going to start on our katsu. I got pork right here, y'all. We're going to get some pork katsu ready. And Meg gave me a great idea to pummel this thing, you know? So if you're angry about something today, work got you frustrated, your kid's not getting up early enough for school, this is the time to use that anger, okay? This is the time. All right, let me get a glove real quick. So you can use a meat tenderizer. We don't necessarily have one today, but that won't stop us from pounding this down. I would say get a little plastic wrap and just get a rolling pin. Get it flat. Gorgeous. Love it. Did you guys get your anger out? Did you do what needed to be done? I see some nods. There we go. That's the stuff. All right, let's do one more pounding, y'all. Let me know if your ears hurt. I'll be more gentle. No, you guys are fine? Okay, great. Just making sure. Gorgeous. Now is the time for us to do our dipping. We're gonna go ahead and put it all together. We got our flour, we got our egg, and we got our panko. All right, so first we're gonna go into the flour, the egg, and we got this panko here, y'all. So panko, we have some ground almonds and some ground flax seeds. That gives a little texture, gives you a little bit more flavor as well. You get a little nuttiness to it. Who doesn't like that with their panko? And you get some nice texture. So we're just gonna put that in there. And last time, y'all, we made schnitzel. And this time we're making katsu. Look at that, we're going around the world.
Still in the same family.
Still in the same family.
Yet a world apart.
We're all one big family, y'all. There we go. And one more. So flour, pat down, flour, egg, and then our nice panko crumble here. And don't be afraid to just throw it on there and push down. And here we go. That's what you want. Nice, covered every corner so you can get that maximum crunch. Put these to the corner real quick. And today we're going to air fry them, you guys. So that's going to be my favorite part. We're finally using the air fryer that's collecting dust in your garage right now. Now's the time to take it out. Let's clean up too. You don't have to worry about grease. You don't have to worry about the pan.
Yeah. Yeah, frying, just like the thought of cleaning or like disposing of the grease stops me sometimes.
Exactly. I hate disposing of grease, y'all. It just sits there for the night and then it sits there for days.
You wake up to a pan of, it's
Yeah. Your whole house smells like grease. That's why my mom cooks outside. I don't know about y'all, but if my mom's frying anything, it's outside. Yeah, she's got stovetop outside. Because she will not allow grease in her home. She doesn't want the bed sheets to smell. The bed sheets don't smell like it, but she thinks so. She's always like, the whole room smells like grease. My windows smell like grease. And I'm like, Mom, there is no way. Like, you literally have the fan on. She's like, it smells like grease in here. So now you don't have to worry about that. Okay, y'all, we got our air fryer here. And we got our little pan. To make sure we don't get it all sticky, we're just gonna do a little spray. A little veggie oil spray. We just wanna make sure that it doesn't touch that, but also it can get nice and crispy. All right, let's put it in. Look at that. How lovely. We got it around 375, 385. We're gonna put it in for about 5-8 minutes or so. And it'll have that nice crispy touch to it. We tenderized it so it can be nice and flat, even cooking. And it's just better when you tenderize the meat. You know, the flavors really soak in there. We put some almonds, we put some flax seeds in our panko, so you get that extra crunch, extra nuttiness. The flour and the egg bind together, so they're all one big family. And we got our curry over here doing its thing. Look at that. Oh, you smell it. Do you smell it, Meg? The goodness. We got our carrots, our Fuji apples, our potatoes. You really can't go wrong with a recipe like this. You can multitask and do a bunch of things in between. It's a pretty solid recipe.
Yeah. It is very, I didn't think about how like truly fall it is. Like with the apples and like the walnuts and the breading is very fall.
Yes.
It's nice. It gives me that like cozy feeling at the beginning of fall, although it's like 85 degrees today.
It's true. Y'all, I got ahead of myself and I was like, ooh, it's fall. I need to get like a little comforter or a little
taking the sweaters out.
Yeah, taking the sweaters out. I bought a hoodie yesterday. I'm not going to use it for 2 months probably because it's still warm. So, you know, you got to get ahead of it, but it's just going to sit there for a second. But I'm not going to wait until it's super cold to make this curry. I'm going to do it now. Look at that. And, you know, when I put the apple in there, I'm glad that we used, like, joyfully grown apples. Just because I think it's sweeter. I think the quality is better and has that great crispy crunch to it that, like, some apples just don't have that consistency of. You know?
Yeah. I love a Washington apple.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just partial because of where we are, but they also distribute everywhere.
Exactly.
So if you guys wanted to compare, you could probably find joyfully grown at your local grocery.
That's a challenge for y'all. Go to your grocery store, get a joyfully grown apple, and get a regular apple. And see what kind of quality you get. I gotta say, I did it. Like, I got cherries in my fridge sitting, and then I actually went to the grocery store, and I was like, oh, there's joyfully grown. I should see. Because, you know, sometimes you gotta be a little skeptical. It's good to be healthy and skeptical. But honestly, the cherries are sweeter.
Yeah, they're really plump and nice.
Yeah,
Real
they're
nice.
juicy. And they're gorgeous. And look, y'all, our curry is nice and thick.
Oh, yeah. That's
Look
what you
at
want to
that.
see.
Whoa. That's what you want your curry to be. If you have thin curries out there, I don't want to talk to you. Okay? I like a thick curry. I need it to cover my rice. I need to soak up bread.
Yes. Ooh,
You know?
bread.
I like a good, like, get a nice piece of baguette or something. You know what I mean? Or a nice loaf out there. I know you might be like curry and bread, but it soaks up everything.
Yeah.
And you get potatoes, you know, carrots.
While we're waiting for the pork and, chatting about apples,
Sure.
I want to see how many different apples you can name.
Oh my God, y'all. It's going to be within seconds. I barely know apples. Let's do it.
Okay. Well, you know at least one.
I do know one now. Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's hear the. Okay, so you're timing me now?
Yeah.
Or
Or not time it. I'm just
Okay.
going to count.
Okay. We got to name apples, y'all. All right. Help me cheat. Put it in the chat right now. Just kidding. I could probably do it. Okay. Fuji apples. Okay. Pink ladies or ladies.
Yeah, pink lady.
Pink lady apples. A Granny Smith.
Uh-huh.
Golden Delicious. Okay, my 3rd grade education is coming in, y'all. We said Fuji.
Uh-huh.
Macintosh. Apples.
Uh-huh.
I think that's one. Guys, help me spy. Do it. Send it in the chat.
They're sending them.
Okay, I can't read because it's not close enough for me right now. Sorry. Oh, Cosmic Crisp. I did not see it in the chat. I obviously figured that out myself. Thank you, y'all. That's great. That's good stuff right there. That's all I know.
Okay.
Wait, do I know another apple? No, I don't.
Okay. That was 6.
Yeah. Tell me all the apples.
Well, Honeycrisp.
Oh, I don't really eat Honeycrisp like
Sugar
that.
Bee.
Sugar Bee?
Is that a brand or is that an actual type of apple?
I don't
Ginger
know.
Gold.
What we got?
There are probably...
Whoa.
Oh, yellow. No, you said Golden Delicious.
Okay, I did say Macintosh, Granny Smith. Yep, Cortland.
Ida Red.
Ida Red.
Gala.
Ginger Gold. Gala. Oh, Gala. Dang. Gala's an easy one. How'd I miss that? What's another one? Any other cool ones?
Fiona Apple.
Fiona Apple. Okay, you guys, come on. Let's get real here. Let's get real. Okay, I do love Fiona Apple, though. I'm glad she's back. I'm glad she's back and singing. Spartan.
Oh, I have had a Jonathan Apple.
A Jonathan Apple.
That, yeah.
Is there a Lisa Apple now and a Megan Apple? What the heck? A Wesley Apple? We're just naming apples. We're out of creative names now. We're just using people's names for an apple. Did they originate the apple? What's up with that? What?
Oh, wait, I have another question. Who is Granny Smith?
Oh, honey, I don't know. She sounds like a sweet lady, though.
Yeah.
But her apples are real sour. I know that.
Yeah.
Every time I eat a good Granny Smith, my eyes water a little bit. That's how I know it's like the real stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's a sour apple right there. I don't know what you use that for, but.
Do you like a caramel apple?
I do, but my teeth don't, and I'm afraid, so I avoid them. I eat them with my eyes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I look at them and I'm like, oh, that looks like a good caramel apple. Mm-hmm. And then my teeth yell at me and they're like, don't do it.
Yeah.
Your teeth are going to get messed up. We don't have insurance. Don't do it. So I don't do that. Yeah, sorry, y'all. I want to keep my teeth for now. So we're not going to do that. But I do like to look at them.
Yeah.
And they look great. You love a caramel apple?
Yeah, I agree with Stephanie put in the chat. I love the concept of a caramel apple, which is kind of what you were saying. Like, love to look. I love to appreciate.
Yeah. But then, like, I'll eat it once in a while, like, very rarely. Like, I'll cut a slice and I'll eat it, and then it gets stuck in my teeth.
Yeah.
And then I feel like I get the red in my teeth, and I'm afraid that I'm going to smile. There's, like, red stains on my teeth. That's happened before.
I think that chocolate covered apples or chocolate and apple, that's an underrated combination.
Oh, chocolate covered apples?
Yeah, they have chocolate ones, or just like dipping apples in like some chocolate ganache.
Oh, that's
underrated.
Good. There was this restaurant that made like a nice dip. It's like they put like a little bit of orange liqueur in it. They put a little brown sugar and a little sour cream. And then you mix that all up and maybe a little lemon juice, and then you dip your fruit in. It might be a Southern thing, I don't know, because we like sugar and everything, but it's like so rich, and the sour cream kind of holds it up. That's what I like to do with my fruit.
Oh, cool. Mm-hmm. That sounds nice. Orange liqueur in there.
It is. Y'all, we're going to test and see if our stuff's ready. if we can pierce through anything. And look at that. Oh, yeah. You still need a little give, y'all. Don't make your potatoes or carrots too soft. This is nice. Should I taste it? I'm going to do a little bite. Oh, that's lovely. And we're almost done with the katsu. Oh, this is going to be nice, y'all. And a little salt and pepper to taste. Don't forget, because I usually do. I'm not going to lie. And if you have white pepper, I put white pepper in everything. Yeah, it gives it a little extra oomph. You know, a little smokiness. You know? I love a little white pepper. And I like a lot of pepper in my stuff. Don't judge me. I know that's a lot. Little pinches, though. Little pinches. All right. Y'all, I could bathe in this. This is so rich. And look at the gorgeous color. It's almost like a deep yellow ochre. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, ochre.
Nice,
Yeah.
I got it. That's good. That's some good stuff right there. All right, y'all. Our curry's done. Let's check on our katsu. It's been around that time. So we're just going to see. Ooh. It looks quite nice. It has that golden brown to it. I'm going to give it about 2 more minutes while we plate up and get everything together, y'all. So we got some brown rice. Because why not? Curry and rice really go hand in hand. And we're trying to be a little healthy today. So we got brown rice. Although, I gotta say, white rice is what I prefer. But, you know, you gotta make some concessions for your health here. Look at that. Maybe I'll add more.
Yeah,
rice.
you could do any type of rice.
Any type of rice. You can eat it by itself. You can have some bread with it. There's no harm in how you do that. Got our rice here. And we're just going to put a little scallions in the mix here. Put a little green. Who doesn't want a little green in their rice? And then we got some of our pickled ginger that we're going to put on top. And we're going to scoop this curry together. Gorgeous. Magical ladle. Magical drawer. Look at this, y'all. I'm going to put it over here so you can see closer. Look at that. Who will say no to this gorgeous curry? Let's be real. Look at that, y'all. Anyone have their curries up? Anyone made some curries? I want to see some pictures. I want to see a bowl.
Lena's hustling to get to plate.
Hurry
right
up,
now.
Lena. Let's go. We don't got all day. Just kidding. I'm excited. I'm excited. You always make really gorgeous food. All right. I'm going to take the katsu out now and see what we can do. Oop, looks gorgeous. Nice. I'm going to take one out for now, y'all. Look at this. You can have it as is, but I'm going to cut it real quick, actually. Ooh. Y'all, look at that. Gorgeous. Little bit of pickled ginger on there, too. Look. I don't know if you can see it. There you go. There it is. And it's crispy glory, a little pickled ginger. And let's start eating. Y'all, it's been quite a joy cooking with you all, especially getting to enjoy these potatoes and carrots and the delicious apple that goes along with all of this.
And just thinking about your Halloween costume in the back of your mind the whole time.
I think I know what it is, but you guys might not get it. And if you do, that's great. If you don't, you can look it up. I'm going to be a chicken bouillon lady. My favorite bouillon is this powdered chicken bouillon, right? And it's this big old hen. That's just a big yellow hen. And she has a little apron on. And I think I will do that. I think I'll be a chicken bouillon lady. And Meg might put you in there. She'll look up the picture. Yeah, it's the yellow one. She's looking it up. You guys are about to see.
I'm trying to find it.
There's a lady. Oh, there you go. Go down. It's the third row. Yeah. Yeah, she's gonna put it in the chat for y'all to see. But I'm about to try this as we do that. Oh, the crunch. Rice. Oh my goodness, Lena, that is gorgeous. Kudos. I love that. Y'all, root veggies, chicken, you can't go wrong. We just cooked that in about 30 minutes. You know, what more can you want? This can last for days. And it's just so flavorful and rich, and this is probably one of my favorite recipes so far. Meg is about to put in the chicken bouillon lady, so you guys know where I'm getting at. Any Halloween costumes y'all are trying to do? Do y'all dress up? Do y'all give candy? You know, one time I went trick-or-treating and I got hot sauce, and I thought it was candy, but it was hot sauce. I gave kids hot sauce by accident. I didn't mean to, but it was hot sauce. I went to the Mexican grocery store, right? And you know, my CVS was closed because I don't think they had a lot of people working. And so I went to the Mexican store and I was like, ooh, this looks cool. Look at these little cute rocket-shaped candies. It was hot sauce. I gave a lot of hot sauce that night. So make sure you ask your cashier what it is if you're not sure. I thought it was like, you know, one of those dippy kind of candies. It was hot sauce. So don't do that. Make sure you give real candy. Don't give potatoes. I saw like on the internet, some people gave out potatoes and kids loved it. I don't know, kids loved it.
Yeah.
You saw that video?
No, but I would love a potato.
See? Meg would be that kid. He's like, why? Why would you want a potato? I mean, I guess if you want a baked potato for Halloween could be dope. Yeah, I like that. Chris, that's great. I think I want that, actually. That works. That looks very, very cool. Very airy. Well, y'all, I hope you get to eat this delicious food and make another batch for your family, for you. And next class, you're going to have a wild mushroom stuffed pork chop. I'm already salivating at the thought of it. That's
we're
incredible.
here with the fall recipes.
We're ready for fall, y'all. And I can't wait to see you next time. It's been a joy. Bye.
Thanks,
See ya.
everyone.
Love you. Bye. Oh, I love them. They're so sweet.